So we're going to talk about the Cavaliers for a minute. They had a pretty good draft, but questionable one at the same time. If you don't know, these guys selected Darius Garland at number 5 because apparently they feel like him and Colin Sexton can be the Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum backcourt of the NBA. Don't really know how much that's possible, but it is a vision that the Cavaliers have for him, and we'll just see how this really works out. But they also selected another guard in Kevin Porter Jr. from USC with the 30th pick, who has some James Harden-esque style to him. The thing with it is, I think that these guys are going to be high volume scorers, and I don't know if Cleveland necessarily has enough of the ball to go around for these guys, and also these guys are a little bit undersized for them to be playing out of position. If that's the case, maybe you let Kevin Porter Jr. come off the bench for a while. I don't think he really has the exact necessary tools and length to really slide at the small forward spot. Then you have Darius Garland. If you plan on putting Kobe White and Darius Garland and Kevin Porter Jr. right there at the same time as a 3-guard lineup, you kind of are going to have a lot of problems on defense. But nonetheless, it could be such a nightmare to deal with these guys as far as scoring that the defense won't even really matter as long as Tristan Thompson is still on the team, or they find a decent center that can clean the glass for him and rebound. Maybe Kevin Love just shows signs of life now as an all-star again, but the chances of that happening are very, very slim. So, we'll see what the Cavs really do with this. But the thing I like about this kind of allows Garland to, be that scorer that he's really shown to be in those 5 games at Vanderbilt. Average 16 points a game, but, very good shooter. He can shoot off the bounce, shoot off the dribble. He can, he's very crafty and sneaky scorer. I think he can be a great ball handler. He's shown the ability to create plays for other a little bit. Even what this does to Colin, this kind of gives Colin a little load off scoring as far as that. But I think Colin really still needs to create for others and stuff like that. But, maybe Colin Sexton moves to the 2, or maybe Garland does the 1. I think it'll depend on how much growth they see as far as in the offseason and training camp and the preseason from Colin Sexton. From what I've seen, Darius Garland may not play in Summer League because of the whole meniscus tear that he had at Vanderbilt. He's healthy now, but I think they kind of want to play it safe, which makes sense. But if Colin Sexton is going to go back to Summer League for just probably 2 games, I would kind of want to see how him and Garland kind of mesh together on the floor, because, that is a cause for concern if you throw them out there in the regular season to start off, and these guys are not looking the best. You kind of want to see what you're working with. But then again, they did hire a new coach from Michigan, Jim Boylan, or Boeheim, however you say his name. Don't really matter, don't really care. But, they got a lot to work with. Then they also picked up Kevin Porter Jr., and he may be the steal of the draft that the Cavs just ran away with. He's basically a baby James Harden, if I had to put it like that. That's just probably upside. But, he is very raw. The thing is, he's so skilled at the things he does that he doesn't really understand how to use his body to get to the rim and the cup. He's got the physical tools and stuff like that. The handle's tight. He's got a great shifting to his body. He can shift left and right. He knows how to move his body. He knows how to control his pace and speed. I think the thing about him is he creates a lot of open looks for his teammates like at USC, but the thing is he doesn't really look for them. I think he needs to work on that a little bit, focusing on finding open teammates when he's getting collapsed on defense and, just kicking it out to guys and stuff like that. Then on top of that, I think he has to be a little better at finishing and things like that. But I think that, him and Garland would probably be a high-scoring backcourt. I do like Colin Sexton, but, if he doesn't really improve and Garland is everything he says to be, and Kevin Porter ends up being a little faster growing, then I think the Cavs have kind of hit insurance for those guys just in case Sexton doesn't really pan out. So I think that could be a quick way to get Sexton out the door if it doesn't work out. But I imagine that Darius Garland will probably be more ready day one than Colin did coming in, and I think Kevin Porter Jr. will be eager to prove that he can really play. But I think with Kevin Porter Jr. is going to come off consistency and stuff like that, and learning how to really use his NBA length and tools and stuff like that to his advantage. But, the Cavs are in a good spot. I mean, I think they still have to figure out what they're going to do with Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson, or if they're going to go completely young. I don't think he can really compete now. But, I mean, if Kevin Love was to show all-star signs again and, everything was to work out with the draft picks and stuff, it's not far-fetched, but it's very, very much a reach. So, I mean, hey, we'll see how the Cavs do. But I do like Kevin Porter Jr. and Darius Garland. We'll just have to see.